So I have this really cool idea to show you the difference between the 1950s, 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and brand new construction homes. And I want to show you the difference between the decades. We're going to start with the oldest and go to the newest. So we're going to be showing you the difference between kitchens, bathrooms, walls, and flooring on whenever these houses were built. And at the beginning, we have a 1950s home, and it's still originally in its current condition. There's some updates. Of course, it's extremely hard to find houses that are still in its current condition. But we're here with Brandon, a realtor at Wiser Living Realty. So we're gonna show you the kitchen first and show you the difference between a 50s home and the next one is gonna be a 1970s. So we're gonna go forward in a couple decades. So I think they obviously upgraded the granite. But these cabinets, I would think that they're from the 80s and 90s, but I'm pretty sure these are original. And we are showing you kind of a luxury property back in the 50s because you would not normally get these floors. You wouldn't normally get, you know, the beautiful hardwoods.
Yeah, the flooring is insane.
But wait until you see the bathroom because it'll all make sense.
I'm excited to see the bathroom.
So what else is kind of a 1950s that you see?
As far as 1950s goes, I'm actually pretty sure that you would see a lot of the textured walls and ceilings as well. I mean, they got a lot of texture.
So obviously the stone was a huge luxury back in that day, and all the hardwood up and down. Big luxuries. So in the 50s, normally you would get like flat texture walls and stuff. So this is an upgrade. So let's go on back to the bathrooms, and I'm gonna have you skip the hall bath and go straight to this masterpiece. This is what I was looking for in 1950s. You have the tile chair rail, wainscoting, whatever you wanna call that. But if you can see the actual cabinets, these are original 1950s. So you'll kind of see these in the 70s and 80s, and then by the time we get into the 90s and 2000s, they're gonna be more into the shaker style. Brandon, come on in. You have to show them this beautiful shower.
Personally, I'm one for showers, and this one, it is a little tight to say the least. But you definitely can tell this is a 50s shower because there's tile literally all over the place.
Yeah, and they normally, for some reason, I don't know why, but the 50s, they didn't go all the way to the ceiling.
It's just like right here.
You're enclosed in this weird thing.
But still super cool.
So back in the 1950s, you actually got real hardwoods. Like these are real hardwoods.
Oh yeah, no, this is not any engineered hardwood, nothing like that, no LVP, real.
So coming into a 1950s bedroom, these are kind of small. I think back in the day, the bedrooms were about 10 by 10 sized. And even the primary. What do you think? This is maybe a 15 by 12?
Yeah.
So we'll see how big these bedrooms get the newer we get. Let's go to the next one. All right, so we just fast forwarded 20 years. So we are at a 1970s decade home on the southeast side of Springfield. So as you can tell, we're starting to get a little bit more flat in the home. Also in the 1970s, we were getting full foot to ceiling windows. Let's go straight to the kitchen. This is a 1970s kitchen. Brandon, what do you see that makes it 1970s?
Oh, it's definitely the countertops, the cabinets, and I gotta say, that fridge is ancient. That thing is straight out of the 70s.
Oh man. Now, we would have light on right now, but we just had a kind of a storm come through and knocked out a bunch of light. So bear with us here, bear with us.
And you gotta point out that stove, right?
So in the 70s, kind of like these mid-century moderns were kind of a big deal. So you have a lot of windows. Now let's go to the bathroom.
Another big feature that you're gonna see in the 70s is gonna be this panel siding. It's always gonna be in a 70s home. And also my nemesis is gonna be wallpaper, because trying to take care of this is a fun challenge, to say the least.
Now, let's talk about carpet. Original carpet. Now, they didn't go shag in this one.
Yeah.
But they took the carpet all the way into the bathroom. Come on in. In the 70s, they normally took it all the way into the bathroom. Very low
Oh wow.
Very
That is
low.
super
This
short.
is like, this was normal back in the day. For some reason, they made them super luxuriously low. So we were in the bathroom and look at the closets. They're not walk-in closets. They're the bifold. You have one right here as well. I mean, we are in kind of like a hotel style bathroom. So we're actually getting a little bit bigger of the primary
bedroom.
Yeah, like suite. Like this is getting a little bit bigger. We're probably looking at what, a 15 by 15?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's getting a little bit bigger. And another feature that we're gonna see in the 70s and 80s is that there's no door to the bathrooms.
Yeah.
This is kind of a big feature in that era where it was more hotel style.
Just,
so you just
walk in and done.
Walk in, yeah. So we have a pink tile, pink tub, pink toilet, pink wallpaper. This is a legit
And
70s.
Carpet.
Carpet in the bathroom. All 70s. So now we've made it to a 1990s build. Now this is when brick was becoming very prominent. All brick homes. So obviously this one, 1990s, all brick. We're starting to see the stone on the side of the chimney. We have Brandon over here opening the lockbox. So there's some features in this house I definitely want to showcase. Going to the kitchen first. Now, originally, these were not white. We couldn't find a house with all golden oak. But imagine all of this golden oak or the same color as this trim. But you're starting to see kind of how it was. You have gold or brass handles on doors.
Yep.
And everything was wood. Everything was wood in the 1990s, especially this section right here. Seems like every 1990s home has a little like
desk
built into the kitchen. This is where we start to see kind of the character meets the modern touches.
Yeah.
Oh, for example, the laundry room. This is probably what the kitchen looked like. Do you see the golden oak with the brass? I mean, they didn't update this at all. So this is what the whole kitchen probably looked like.
I don't know about you, but I actually kind of enjoy the wood look.
I'm not much of a paint fan anymore. I kind of want to go back to wood. Put it down in the comments. Do you want wood trim or painted trim?
I'm definitely for the wood.
Me too. Now, 1990s, the bedrooms should be a little bit bigger. It wasn't until after the 90s they started shrinking down.
Yeah.
Now, also in the 90s, the wallpaper was still a thing.
Yep.
So this is probably the original wallpaper.
Oh wow.
And then they started including the jacuzzi with a little bit of a solid surface instead of vinyl. This was huge in the 1990s with the mirrors and the brass, the jacuzzi tubs. And if you come back here, you'll see more brass in the showers. Besides the flooring, this bathroom has not been touched since built.
Right, it's got that true character feel to it also. Right, you just walk in, you're just like, all right, I'm feeling the nostalgia.
If you look at this room, this is a huge bedroom.
Oh, this is massive.
So in the 90s, they still, like the 80s and 70s, everything was small.
Yep.
Then in the 90s, you just started growing bigger.
They also have got all wood trim, same thing, all in the bedrooms.
All right, so now we have made it over to the early 2000s. This is built in 2005. And if you notice, it is brick front. But as we go into the next decade, come over here, you have brick front, typical. But then as you can see, the sides and around are vinyl. So we call this brick front. Now we're starting to see the white columns in homes, especially in the upper level, more luxurious homes. But this is probably what you're going to see a lot because there was massive amounts of growth in the early 2000s before obviously the real estate kind of went downhill a little bit. So as you can tell, in the flooring, you have real hardwoods, but they're like the blonde oak type. And then you have painted trim, which we learned in the 90s. We want to go back to wood. But now we have paint. You're starting to see this texture. But come on into the kitchen. The kitchen is where it tells all. Explain the kitchen.
The kitchen is definitely a major improvement, in my opinion, compared to the last one in the 90s. But you've got this, they're really going into that open floor plan, I feel like, for the 2000s. You also have the granite countertops, and I mean, pretty sure it's just this style that was very common.
Yeah, not a peninsula. Yeah, is it a peninsula? We call it G shape. kitchen. But white appliances were really big in the early 2000s, as you can tell. Hey, we're still rocking into the early 2000s, a built-in office space. Coming into the living room, mirrors. These type of mirrors, late 90s and early 2000s, you see mirrors everywhere.
I feel like they did it because to make it feel more open and bigger.
Holy blue.
This is
blue, blue, blue. Now this is probably original.
I would definitely assume it's original still.
And this tile is original. If you notice, they're starting to get the light and bright. They've got the jacuzzi tubs. You're starting to see a little bit more open. Still rocking the wallpaper.
I mean, it kind of actually threw me off. I thought it was real paint for a second.
So room sizes were still kind of big. This one shares a bathroom with guests. Normally in the early 2000s, bedrooms weren't this big. This is a fluke, guys. You talk about mirrors in this decade. Look at all these mirrors. Just so happens this might be a gym if somebody uses a gym, but a lot of mirrors. Another big thing in the early 2000s was green. For some reason, green was a prominent color in a lot of things.
All right, so that's everything for the 2000s house, but now we're gonna fast forward to today and show you a brand new build.
So now we have made it all the way to 2025. This is a brand new construction, and we're gonna show you the difference. And you could probably see in this front door, look how modern this front door is compared to 20 years ago. So you're gonna be seeing some like modern 2025 touches. So as you come in, you're starting to see the engineered hardwood. I think this is like a hickory look to it. But coming in, let's turn on all the lights. Look how gorgeous this kitchen is. We're starting to get into, I mean, this is 2025. Starting to see built-in, you know, appliances that are sleek, not kind of like a custom wood trim. But now we're getting into the pantries. So now we have these massive pantries that are a big upgrade. You can put your coffee maker in, stuff like that. I mean, this is...
Can I point out one little fun feature that I just thought is pretty cool? Is this little strip of light.
Wow.
Right there.
Now, I know these have been around for a while, but these pop fillers.
Those are so handy.
These are really good to have. So, sleek design.
You can't even tell there's a hood there.
No, you can't. Now, for some reason, in newer homes, the dining rooms are getting smaller.
Not only that, but they're also like right off of the kitchen typically.
Yeah. Well, and there's no like formal dining space anymore. That's what kind of stinks. Like, we're getting into an era or a decade where these formal dining spaces or fireplaces are getting a little crazy these days. Well, let's go and find the primary, because primary will tell everything. So this is the master suite, which is not really that big.
No, that's kind of surprising, honestly. Especially for a new build with this luxury thought.
With the price point too. But you have these tubs. For some reason, these tubs are like really big these days, and full tiled walls mixed in with just painted textured walls. But the bedrooms are rather large. Like, we're getting a little bit larger in the bedrooms with these big bay windows. Wow.
Oh, that is cool.
That is. They upgraded the windows so they could cheap out on the closets. Don't put that in there.
Man, I want these windows.
Yeah, these are cool. I saw the hinges and wow, that is awesome. All right, what else? Bathrooms? Or we already did a bathroom?
We already did the master. Bathrooms, flooring, baseboards. Did you talk about those?
No, go ahead.
So baseboards, they've really slimmed down on the baseboards, but it's just one solid plank. There's like no grooves, no nothing. They just have it as craftsman style baseboards.
So we showed you all the decades. Now, we want to know what your favorite decade is. What was your favorite?
I'm definitely a 90s person.
Yeah, me too. I love the 90s. All brick, the real wood. I love that. Now, we want to know. Put it down in the comments. What is your favorite decade of home? And if you want to see other videos like this, check out this playlist right over here. When you come and visit Springfield, Missouri, you watch for deer.